vehicle for just over 20 grand, which makes it fantastic value. But of course, when you import it into the UK, you've got to pay shipping, you've got to pay insurance, you've got to get the lights converted, and there's bits and pieces to do.
Hassle.
Hassle, but you can buy this one today for £14,000.
Almost tempting, and on such a grey summer day, it's just the pick-me-up I needed. Here on the Used Car Roadshow, we take an awful lot of pride in helping our buyers to find a top-quality used car for a price that they can truly afford. We love to hand over the keys to a car that they've always wanted and watch them drive off to years of happy motoring. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome today's buyer, Clive Barnacle. Clive is a self-confessed poser with a bulging wallet. His insurance company have just paid out for the Mercedes 500 CLK that was stolen off his driveway a couple of months ago. Clive Barnacle, what a name.
Well, yes, it's Barney to my friends.
Can we call you
You
Barney?
call me Clive, no. It's Barney, please, yeah.
We can call you Barney.
You can, yes.
OK, now, Barney, just for the benefit of all the viewers at home and the guys here in the workshop, what is it you're looking for?
Oh, gosh, a car that's fast, good-looking. A bit like myself, really.
Lacking a lot of confidence, I can tell.
Well, a shirt like that, I mean, steady.
So what are you currently driving?
Well, I'm not, because the car got stolen and burnt. It was
Yes.
a 500 CLK Mercedes.
I mean, you got a big wad of cash, I guess.
Yes.
Insurance is paid out, and you're ready
Yes,
to spend it on something
exactly,
good-looking and fast.
Yeah.
Any more specific?
Open mind. I had an open mind, not sure what to expect.
You mentioned the phone when we spoke, that you kind of had a bit of a hankering maybe for a 911.
Yes.
You've thought about one of those, yeah.
Always liked Porsche. Well, I had one when I was 21, so from then, that was an old left-hand drive one. So
Right. OK. Right, so what do you do that makes all the money to buy cars like this?
I run my own business, a dust control mat business.
Right, OK.
And I part-time farming as well.
So that's just obviously for the glamour and the excuse to strip off and oil your chest occasionally and so
I'm
forth.
a fireman, yeah.
You're a fireman, yeah, you see, that's a cool line, isn't it? That's really good.
And what is your budget, most importantly?
20,000-ish.
20,000-ish. You know when you say ish to Mr. Dawe, that means however much it might be. It's endless.
So a bit of flexibility.
Yes.
Flexibility.
Yes.
OK,
Cool.
so we're going to try and find Barney here a car.
Are we going to find Barney a car? Let's go. Well, 20 grand. Get the fireman mobile, that's what I say.
Something fast and good looking for 20 grand. Of course, you'll be absolutely fine in our hands. Now, remember, if you need our help with your next used car purchase, then just go to our website, itv.com/usedcarroadshow, where you'll find everything you need to know.
Coming up next, a car that put the T into turbo, a Swedish bombshell that kick-started one of my teenage dreams.
And we found another classic that's been crafted into a fantastic body with a lot of soul. Welcome back to the Used Car Roadshow. We've come out yet again into the beautiful, glorious British summertime.
I've got my factor 20 on because I feel I'm going to get quite a tan here today. And we're looking at those teenage kit cars, those cars that we lusted after when we were growing up, but we couldn't afford to buy, let alone insure. And when I saw one of these for the first time, Penny, in 1980, it was a real heart-stopping moment. The Saab 99 Turbo.
There was only 900 of them ever built for the World Rally Championship, and Stig Blomqvist...
Very well said.
Yes, thank you, it's not easy. He competed in them. 600 came to the UK, 400 were in red, only 200 in black, and this is only one of 20 left in the country.
And the remarkable thing about this car is that the owner bought this car brand spanking new. He's done every single mile in it, 130,000 of them in the last 27 years. And to show you just how practical one of these cars really is, he's just gone all the way to Sweden for the 60th year celebrations of Saab. He did 2,000 miles with 4 people in the car. It didn't miss a beat. Now, under the bonnet, this has got a Garrett T turbocharger, about 145 brake horsepower.
Yeah, they slip it in at a funny angle, and unusually this engine sort of works backwards. The drive comes out of the front of the engine rather than the rear of it, but of course it's still front-wheel drive.
And it's jolly quick, 0 to 60.
In 8.3 seconds.
Top speed.
Over 122 miles an hour. But the remarkable thing is, between 50 and 80 miles an hour, this is faster than a Ferrari Testarossa.
Yes, it soon runs out of puff after that. But frankly, you don't need to go a lot quicker than that, do you? Because this turbocharged engine's got loads of wallop. And what I really like about this is the inside of this car. Look at those big, squishy, comfortable velour seats. Just want to snuggle in there, put a blanket over your knees, don't you? No, that's just me then. And look at these alloys. Inca alloys, they were unique to the 99 Turbo. So when these wheels spin, they kind of look like a turbocharger.
Very unique to the 99 Turbo.
Yes, indeed. Although I did actually put it on the 900 for a few models, but I'm getting all Anaraki now, aren't I? Yeah. Now, I guess you want to know what this little baby's going to cost.
Well, if you could throw your pen and catch it, it would probably look quite cool, but I'd just get on with it if I was you.
Okay, well, this is a 1980 on a W. As I said, it's done about 133,000 miles, and
Quick.
new. It would have cost about £8,300, and today, guess what? It's still worth £7,500. Isn't that cool?
And it cost him £89 a year to insure it.
I know.
Now, this man, if anyone has ever got their money's worth out of a car, it's this chap with this beautiful Saab. If you've got a favourite teenage click, please let us know. Email us at our website, itv.com/usedcarroadshow.
This week we're on the hunt for a car for Clive Barnacle, or Barney to his friends, to replace the Mercedes-Benz 500 CLK that unfortunately got stolen and burnt out to a cinder. Now, you want something sporty, you want something fast. We had to put a Porsche on the list. What do you reckon?
I guess the thing that strikes me as I drive this car in is that this is one hell of a piece of engineering. And Barney's got a budget of 20 grand.
Ish.
And I'm kind of struggling to think that he can really take this car home.
Well,
20 grand.
That's the joy. That's the joy of the Used Car Roadshow, isn't it? We're going to find some real bargains. I'm not going to reveal the price quite yet. I'm just going to wax lyrical about this car because they are very, very special cars. This is the first of the 996, so this is the water-cooled 911. 300 brake horsepower.
4.6 seconds to 60.
175 miles an hour as well.
Yeah,
so properly quick.
And lovely, it's just a classic icon, really, isn't it?
It is, you know, I mean, it's a fairly standard car in the sense it's got standard rims, it's got standard leather inside and so forth, so it's not been kind of bad boyed up, but there's something elegant and simple about the classic Carrera 2 rear-wheel drive. You know, it is what it is, and as you know, they're fabulous to drive. And we keep seeing Porsches appear on the show, don't we, because it is such an aspirational car. And when you think about a budget of 20 grand, if you went out to buy a new car, you'd be looking at something like a Honda S2000, which is a great car, but it's hardly in the kind of super league that this car is. So
now, one thing, quite often cars of this age, this is a 98 car, have had loads of owners. Yeah. And people get really nervous thinking, well, if it's had 5 or 6 owners, is that something we should steer clear of?
No, with 911, well, with any Porsche, you buy on condition and service history, not the number of owners, because these cars change hands often, quite regularly. They are playthings, so people often change them every 12 months. I've seen cars 3-4 years old with 5 owners on them, not for any other reason than people just fancy a change. Right. This particular one, I've got to say, you know, it's a 98 R, it's 9 years old, it's only had 3 owners, which is nice, but more importantly, I've looked through the service book and it's got proper service history, so the provenance of the car is absolutely right.
So, you see, Barney could be driving this car home by the end of the day, which is amazing.
Indeed, but I've got to reveal the figures. Do you want to know how much it's going to cost?
Yeah, I think so.
OK, this car is a 1998 On&R Carrera 2 Coupe. It's done 84,000 miles from new.
That's quite
with
low.
Good history. Yeah, absolutely. It's done, what, less than 10,000 miles a year. New, astronomical price. Standard one of these back then was £65,000. A lot of money?
Gosh.
Seems a lot of money, doesn't it? Yeah, absolutely. Now, we know that Barney's got a budget around 20, maybe push it to 21. I've gone over budget, but not for the first time, I hear you cry. But I think I might be able to get a little bit of a deal on it, so let's get too depressed about it. The car's up at £23,000. But you see, I had a bit of a dilemma because the 993, which is the air-cooled version, if you look at those, then, you know, you can go back 4 years in age, like 93, 94 cars, and they're still fetching 20 grand. So my thought was, get a later plate car. This is, you know, 1998. It's fairly new, 23 grand. I reckon it makes fantastic sense.
It is over Barney's budget, but this is one hell of a car for money, you know, sort of box to money. It's incredible, really. We'll see what he thinks in a little while. We know now from your comments that auction fever is a really popular part of our show, and many of you ask us for our help to buy a car at the auction.
Zoe Hardman and Rob Hallam have lined up some bargains at a busy car auction for this week's buyer to choose from.
Hello and welcome to the Premier Motor Auctions in Leeds. I'm Zoe.
And I'm Rob, and today we're on the used car quest for a young lad who's come up from London to replace his old motor, which is just blown up.
Yes, 20-year-old Joel from Barnet is looking for a new motor. He likes the VW Polo. He also likes the Citroen, little French flair in there.
Very nice. Now, his only other two criteria are the car has got to be low insurance group because he's a young lad, and also it can't be red because his family have a history of crashing red cars. But with a 1,500 quid budget and the dream team on the job, we can find him a motor, no problem.
We'll sort it, so come on, Rob.
Let's go do it, sister.
Right, the first car, the Citroen Saxo Forte, sporty model, 1.1 litre engine.
Yeah, tiny, good for insurance. Not slow, really, you know, nice and nippy, especially around London. Yeah. 3 mile an hour traffic or whatever it does.
It's got MOT as well till January next year, which is great.
Yeah,
Good, yeah.
So you can
piece
drive
of
it.
wine.
What do you think
That's
of it?
nice, yeah. It's nice, like you say, it looks quite sporty.
Yeah, jump
And you
in.
get, fella.
It is important. Let's hear her.
Looks nice.
I have to say, this does suit you, actually.
Yeah, it is nice.
This doesn't have electric windows. It doesn't have power steering. So I don't know how you're going to get on with that.
Yeah, power steering would be nice.
OK, turn the engine off, jump out. A little chat about price, because your budget's 1,500, isn't it?
1,500, yeah.
OK, Rob,
You'll have change.
Yeah?
Yeah, I reckon.
get a bargain.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
On
That's
to
what
car
we
two?
want, isn't it? Let's go and do it. Bonjour, le voiture. Hello
Oh,
to the second
Rob, you're
car.
so continental. Yeah, second
Right.
car number 2, Renault Clio, 1.2 litre engine. Nice, tidy car.
Yeah, very.
I like it.
It's the first sort of model of the Clio because there've been a few facelifts on from there.
Yeah.
But nice and tidy. Apart from just round the wheel arch here, there's bits of rust, and also in the petrol cap. What do you think, fella?
Excellent, yeah. I think it's going to be good in insurance. The interior is excellent, so.
And compared to the Citroen?
To the Citroen, I think this is a bit on top of the Citroen. Actually, I like this one a bit better.
It's got power steering, which is great.
Excellent, yeah.
It's showing low miles, 63,000 for this, but under budget.
1,000, maybe?
Maybe a bit less, actually.
Oh,
A bit less.
that's
It'd be a
good.
good one. Good one. I like this.
Final car we're looking at today, the VW Polo. Really nice car. You like this one, don't
I
you?
like this one, yeah. It's just with 1.4.
Yeah.
It's a beast.
Engine, yeah. And it's a bit smaller as well. Easy to get around town.
Yeah, handy. Colour's good as well.
Yeah, nice colour.
Have a look inside, fella. Again, another very, very clean car. We're doing well this week.
Really nice, actually. And a CD player. Hurrah.
There you go.
Electric windows.
Yes,
So,
nice.
quick press of a button. All right, ladies, jump in. Nice. Sunroof.
Sunroof, yeah. There, and again, look at the interior. It's absolutely
lovely.
superb.
Yeah. OK, jump out, Joel. Let's talk money. Now, you said that because it's a VW, people want them, it's going to fetch more cash.
Yeah, it's a V-Red, so it's not the newest car, but it's very, very clean. So budget of 1,500. I reckon maybe 12, 13, but you'll just have to see because these are sought after. So we've shown Joel 3 cars there, and this week every one of them is well in the running. He prefers the VW Polo.
I prefer the Renault Clio. I think it's a bit more of a feminine car, actually. But all within budget. He could go for any of them. Problem is, will he get them?
Well, we'll find out in just a few minutes.
There's no doubt about it, we've seen some terrific mods and conversions on our body and soul feature since this series began.
It's a great showcase for those guys and girls who have lavished hours of labour, not to mention hard-earned cash, on cars with beautiful bodies and solid sounds.
When I started driving, it was just really a car, but then all my mates started getting into it, and you sort of follow the trend, and it goes from doing one thing, from changing your alloys till changing the full car.
The first thing that strikes you about this 206, apart from the non-standard colour, is how much the bodywork has been smoothed out.
Me and my mate, we sat down and planned for a couple of months what I wanted to do, and had a look out there at what was out in the scene and try and be slightly different, especially with the colour.
The arches, bonnet, tailgate and spoiler have been decluttered of badges and handles to produce that popular seamless look.
The front and back bumper are from a kit called the Carcept 2. It's actually a 5-door body kit, and then I sourced side skirts to match it, so very rarely going to find the kit on a 3-door, so that's where I sourced them from. The rear spoiler is just the standard GTI spoiler that you get for a 206, but it's been moulded into the smooth tailgate. The arches are just a standard Peugeot arch, but been moulded into the side of the body. I didn't really have a budget. I just sort of spent as and when I could. I spent out a lot of money in the first place because when it was in the body shop it was a bit of a hefty bill, so I've just been putting a lot of overtime in at work, and now it's just I buy things as and when I can afford it.
His Pioneer DVD head unit powers an Alpine V12 amp, competition speakers and a 15-inch Blaupunkt subwoofer.
I haven't tallied up, but I'm in the region of about £8,000 spent on it at the minute, and it's always going up to either fix it or to do more. It's a never-ending story, really.
Like many of Carl's age group, the engine has had minimal upgrading to avoid hefty insurance premiums. But he's certainly made up for that with the work he's put into the body and the soul of his striking Peugeot.
I've just gone for the 1685, which is nippy, but at the same time it's good on fuel and endurance. And at the moment I've just got the full stainless steel exhaust on it. I put a 4-branch manifold on as well because the old one broke, so I thought I'd change it for an upgraded part.
Coming up in part 3, probably the nicest Bentley in the world.
Only because it's yours.
Well, of course, is a free motoring ride with distinction.
We're back at the car auction for the second instalment of Rob and Zoe's all-action auction fever.
And 2 more super sports cars await our buyer Barney's inspection, so don't stray too far away. This week's buyer, Barney, wants a smart, fast coupe or convertible to replace his beloved Mercedes-Benz CLK 500 that got stolen. We found him that Porsche Carrera 2 coupe, and now we have a Jaguar XKR. Grace, pace and space.
Without the space. It's fabulous for 2 people.
Yes.
Hopeless for 4.
I have actually managed to get my children in the back of one of these. No, it's well, it is what it is. I've got to say, with the cabriolet, obviously, you lose a little bit of space because the hood folds down. But isn't it beautiful?
I love
Is
this
it just
car.
me?
370 horsepower. 370 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 5.2 seconds. And it is just, it's like, as you said, putting on an old pair of shoes.
A really comfortable old pair of shoes. It's wonderful.
Just know where you are.
Now, you do this non-supercharged, the XK8, that's still, you know, reasonably quick, 6.7 seconds, something like that. They'll all do about 150, 155 miles an hour. But what I love about these is it's an auto box. So there's none of that frenetic gear changes off the lights. Just slam it into drive, nail the throttle, and I'll tell you what, although on paper that 911 Carrera 2 is quicker than this car, you've got to be driving it mighty fine to beat one of these.
Yeah, but these are 2 very different cars, 2 very different experiences. Like you say, that is a driver's car. You've got it is full on. You don't ever relax in that car. Here, just pick
Chill
select
out,
drive.
put the arches on.
Chill, and when you need to, all the power
fellow
is there
listener
for you.
over here. Yes, it's what I do on a Sunday morning, the omnibus. Marvellous, marvellous.
It's fabulous, I like it very much.
Obviously, they've just brought out a new XK. It's a beautiful looking car. I don't think
automotive perfection.
I don't think it's particularly dated, this car, though, because the XKR's got the bigger wheels, it's got the louvers in the bonnet and all that kind of good stuff. I think it still is a smart looking vehicle. It's also practical. I know you're joking about the rear seat legroom, not huge, but it's got a decent boot on it.
I wasn't joking, I was entirely
Well,
serious.
okay, kind of ripping into the car rather, but it has got a decent sized boot on it, so, you know, there's practicality there. Perhaps Barney could take up golf. Apparently, you put 2 sets of golf clubs in the back.
Now, Barney's budget is £20,000. Can he afford it?
Of course he can, because this car is a 1998 on an S. Mega lovely, super duper miles, 39,100 miles. I'm being really accurate today. Yeah, in how many years? 9 years. That's only been doing 4 and a bit thousand miles a year. Now, this car was not cheap when it was new. £66,200. Yeah. Today, though, Barney can drive this car, love it, and enjoy it for £19,995.
That is amazing. So that's basically £46,000 lost over 39,000 miles. That's got to be £1.30 something a mile in depreciation.
When you put it like that. But isn't it great value?
That is a bargain. Now, it's time to return to the auctions where Zoe and Rob have got their buyer bid ready.
But are they going to prevent a dose of auction fever breaking out?
Well, we're almost there. The 3 cars that we showed Joel are just behind us, but will I be right in saying he'll get the VW?
Or will I be right in saying he'll get the Clio? And if all else fails, we're selling Rob.
There we go then, Joel, the first one up, the little Saxo 1.1 tidy car. What are you thinking?
I've had a look around it, but I think I'm going to hold out for the Polo, actually.
Really? It might be a cheap little car?
600, we're well out.
Cheap car,
Are
dude.
you not tempted?
Nah, I don't think so.
A lot of interest.
I can't believe that.
I'm just thinking about your little Polo now, dude, whether they're all going to want it. What are you thinking first time at an auction?
Yeah, it's fast and busy. Scary.
Oh no, don't be scared, we're here, we'll help.
It's creeping up. What did it start at? 600 quid?
600, 975.
We were all about right.
It's good, yeah.
Okay, Joel, this is the VW Polo, the one that you really want. Fingers crossed, I hope you get this. So remember, don't start the bidding off too quickly. Don't get auction fever. Remember your budget, 1,500 as well.
Yeah, we look forward to it.
Ooh, oh no!
That's what we thought.
Is that it? That you can't.
I'm going to stick to the budget.
People crawling over it.
1,600 pound with a 1,600.
It's only a bit more, but that's how it works, man.
16 and a quarter.
You could have come on another day and there's no one here. You can see people crawling all over it. Are you gutted, fella?
Well, yeah, it was a nice car, but that's how it goes, isn't it?
Good man, that's the way to deal with it. Okay then, Joel, this is the one. I know we wanted the Polo, but this is the next best. Good car,
Yeah.
a lot of interest on it, one owner.
Yeah, it looks nice.
What do you reckon you're going to go up to? Because you did miss out on the VW, which is a bit of a shame, but...
I reckon 1,300, I think. Don't know though.
They're going round it like flies.
I know, look at them all. Everyone get off that car.
Right.
Right, good price to start off with. You're going to...
Let him know you're bidding, go for it.
9...
Come on, fella.
50, yeah, come
That's
on.
cool.
1,050. 1,100 pounds.
Let's not go over 13. They're backing off. Hold it, you've got it, dude.
25.
Come on. He's shaking his head. Come on, fella. Come on, fella. Yes. Good man.
Brilliant, really chuffed.
So we showed him 3 cars and he was absolutely gutted that he missed out on the VW. He lost it.
He was devastated, and that came in at such a high initial price, but he had a fallback car, which is a thing to do, and he ended up with a cracking motor. That Clio, one owner, 64,000 miles, and over 300 quid under budget. Brilliant.
Another happy result at a used car auction.
The biggest expense of running any new car is depreciation, but here on the Used Car Roadshow, we firmly believe that if you buy the right used car at the right price, you could run your car depreciation-free for a year, and we call it free motoring. And this is Jason's ever so gently Bentley 8.
I know.
Isn't
we
it?
do walk the talk on the show because every week we have these fantastic examples of free motoring, and every week Penny and I look at them and go, we should get one of those, you know,
Yeah,
because
we do.
we don't
We do.
like losing money on cars. So after years of wanting one, I decided to buy one of these, Bentley 8.
It's
Do you
so
like it?
you. And I have to tell you that the interesting thing about this car is Jason was picking me up on the way to come up to film here one day, and he said, I'm not telling you what I'm picking you up in, just wait and see. And I thought, oh God, what's he bought this time? And this car came round the corner and I burst out laughing. Well, I just wasn't expecting it, but it's so you.
I know, I look like Toad from Toad Hall when I drive around.
No, you don't. It's fabulous. It's like the royal family wafting around.
Well, yeah, I've always wanted one because I just think they're just iconic, aren't they? They're stunning. I mean, they're brilliant. And the great part about these is what's under the bonnet. Because, sorry, you're not going to see this from there. But this has got a 6.75 litre V8 engine, which is like all the power you need. And when Bentley produced these news, when everybody else was worried about brake horsepower, this kind of thing, if you asked a Bentley salesman, what brake horsepower does my Bentley produce? They used to say it was adequate. They never used to actually quote it in the brochure.
Sir.
Adequate, sir. We think about 200 brake horsepower, which doesn't sound a lot by modern...
Doesn't for a car of this size.
But you've got 6.75 litres of torque there, so this car's actually reasonably quick, 0 to 60, 9.6 seconds. and it, in theory, would do about 120 miles an hour, although, to be fair, I haven't tried that, because I get scared.
And miles to the gallon?
Well, according to the handbook, 12 miles to the gallon around town, which is good, isn't it? I mean,
really
you know,
good, yeah.
because there's a supermarket 2 miles from my house, so I mean, that's only a third of a gallon together. In reality, it's about 15 to the gallon, but, you know, you've got to live with it, haven't you? But look, just look at the inside. This is what it's all about, isn't it?
I've travelled in this car a few times now, and I absolutely love it. There's no plastic, there's no nasty little switches, everything's just chrome, and it's all engineered, and it's all damped and softened, and there's little switches for lights, and there's ashtrays and cigarette lighters everywhere.
Well, the incredible part was that the Bentley 8 was, if you like, the poor man's Bentley when they brought the car out. Poor man's Bentley. It was £52,000 back in 1986, which was a small house, really. And despite that fact, it had all the bits. It's got electric seats, it's got air conditioning, which all works. It's got electric heated mirrors, it's got power headlight wash. It's got all the bits and pieces.
Can I just tell you the favourite thing about the whole car for me?
Oh, yes.
It's like having a hearth rug at your feet. You just want to kick your shoes off.
I know.
And
well, you have done on
in.
occasions, haven't you? We play that,
yummy.
Girl from Ipanema, and you're off on one, aren't you? They are actually genuine sheepskin over rugs. It was about a £500 option at the time. So
fabulous.
Some poor little sheep gave up its life so that we could be comfortable.
Worth it. It was
Absolutely.
Worth it.
Do you want to know the numbers on this?
Yes.
Yeah? OK, well, this car is a 1986 Honda D. It's the last of the carburettor cars, which is kind of nice. Doesn't do a lot for the economy, but it's easier, technically, to work on. It's done 117,000 miles with full service history. We like that. And new, as I said, it would have cost about £52,000. This was actually got the twin headlight conversion and the later alloys on it, which is something I quite like.
52 grand back in 86 was...
I know. Big bucks. Big bucks. It was a house, my dear. But today, now I'm not going to tell you what I actually paid for it because I intend to sell this car and make a profit, but...
No, hang on a minute. I don't know if you can do that.
No, I can. Listen, if you had a cheque for between £8,000 and £10,000, you could buy a nice one of these all day long. Is that good value?
Yeah. It's amazing.
That's Ford Fiesta money.
Amazing.
So?
So what are you going to sell this for?
Why do you want to buy it?
No.
Well, don't need to know then, do you? Well, we've already found Barney, our buyer of the week, that lovely Porsche and that very elegant Jaguar XKR. And now we're gone all Japanese with a Lexus SC430. Now, while Penny sort of scrolls through...
Hello.
Oh, yeah. When was the last time you got a reaction like that for a crowd of men, eh? You've just got to take your top down more often, girl. Now, the Lexus SC430 is a technical tour de force. It's got absolutely everything on it, hasn't it?
It has. It's got 282 horsepower for a start, so not quite as much as the other cars. And 0 to 60 in, where has it gone?
6.4 seconds.
6.4, which, again, is slower than the other two cars, but...
I know, in normal company, you'd say nearly 300 brake horsepower. God, it flies.
Yes.
And 6.4 seconds, but against the other two...
It's in such good company.
It's a little bit more modest. But what I do love about these cars is just all the gadgets, all the gimmicks, all the bits and pieces. You've got electric memory seats on it. You've obviously got your electric roof, which we've all seen. You've got things like vehicle stability control. You've got one of the best, without exception, sat-nav systems in the world, all touchscreen. Press a little button down here somewhere, and the screen actually slides up out of the way. Beautiful, beautiful, and then you just touch the button to say where you want to go. Lovely.
Interestingly, some of the styling inside looks really quite old.
Do you think so?
Yes, I do. I think it looks very retro, but I quite like it for that reason.
Okay.
It's just...
It's very easy car to drive.
Very functional, and I think a very pretty car to look at in Fireman Red.
Ah, who thinks this car's pretty?
You don't, do you?
The thing I find about the SCs is when I sit in them, I can't really get very comfortable because when I rest my arm on the side,
too high.
It's a little bit too high. Whereas with the Jaguar, it's a little bit lower. With the Porsche, you keep everything inside anyway, and wind the windows up. So I just can't quite get comfortable in these. The other thing I've got to say is the rear seats on these are absolutely upright. So if you thought the Jaguar was a problem to sit in the back of, this is even worse. But then, you know, you don't worry about all that kind of stuff because the real pleasure in this car is just driving it. It cruises beautifully. The engine is near silent. Gearbox is super, super smooth. You know, it is, after all, Lexus. Lexus, by the way, the name, luxury exports to the US. Yeah, it was Toyota's idea to kind of break into the North American market, which was right profitable on luxury cars. They didn't want to call them Toyotas, so they came up with the name of Lexus. And now, of course, we've got that in the UK and Europe as well. Well, Barney has now got 3 wonderful cars to choose from. He's got £20,000 to spend. Can he afford this? Are you worried? What I think is lovely. No, you're not. You see, they've got full confidence in me and my magic marker. See, for those who doubted at home. Well, this car is a 2002 on an O2 plate. So, yep, newest car that we've got here. Mileage-wise, 61,000 miles, which I've got to say is nothing for a Lexus. You know, the Lexus consistently wins all these JD Power, customer satisfaction, reliability, all that kind of stuff. This is not even a quarter of the mileage it could do. New. Looks something of a bargain compared with the other two, but it's still a whole rack of money. £50,000 this car would have cost. But today, our fireman Barney can buy this car and enjoy it for bang on budget. £20,000, less than half price.
Gosh.
You liking it?
Yeah, I do actually.
We found Barney £175,000 worth of cars, and all three he could buy for just over 60. It's got to be used car bargain.
Incredible, isn't it? That's why we love used cars. Well done, Jace. Now, we'll find out very shortly if Barney gets the keys to one of these fabulous cars.
Yeah, let's hope he does, because we've come up with three very classy motors, and I wouldn't mind taking any one of these home myself.
Well, we'll be back very shortly. Don't go away. Barney, our buyer of the week, who's got around £20,000 to spend.
I'm hoping this will be a difficult decision because I think we found three very nice cars, have we not?
Yes, we have.
We have. We worked really, really hard. So without further ado, let's show you car number one.
Come this way,
over
Barney.
here, come over here. Follow Penny. It is a Porsche 911 Carrera 2.
Yep.
It had to be, didn't it?
I love Porsche, so
yes.
yeah, had to
Take
be
a
one.
step closer
Yeah,
to the
like
car.
the colour?
I'd have preferred black, but...
Ah, right, OK.
Don't get fussy.
No, I said I was fussy. I said I was fussy.
Yeah, that's fine though. I mean, it's an aspirational car. It's a car that you're going to drive and enjoy, and you want people to look at you and go, yeah, that sort of says something about you. Black, silver, both Porsche classic kind of colours, I've got to say.
Yes, yeah.
This car's a 1998 on an R. The car has done from new 84,000 miles. You probably know all the spec on these. 300 brake horsepower, phenomenally quick, 175 miles an hour. But the most important thing is, what's it going to cost you? Well, new, this car was £65,000. Now, I know you've got a budget around 2021.
Yeah.
The car's up at 23,000, but trust me, I think I can do a little bit of a deal and get it very close to what you're looking for, yeah?
Okay.
All right, so you
You
kind of...
interested?
Yeah, definitely interested.
Kind of smiling, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fantastic.
These guys here are going to chip in the extra money, apparently.
Let's go
Hold
and have a
that
look at
thought.
the
Come and let me show you car number two. Car number two is a Jaguar XKR. The R is the important part because this is supercharged,
That's right.
as you well know. 370 brake horsepower, even more power than the Porsche there. Properly quick, 155 miles an hour. 0 to 60 on this, about 5.2 seconds. Yeah?
Pretty quick.
What do you
Are
think?
you feeling
Pretty
it?
quick, yeah.
It's dark blue, which is getting towards black, isn't
Yes.
it? New, this car was obviously a lot of money. It's a Jaguar. This would have cost you around £66,200. The car's a 1998 and less, but what's super about this car is the mileage. It's done 39,100 miles, so properly low mileage, just 2 owners from new. And today, I can get you this car for £19,995, so we're in budget.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I love this one.
You
I think
happy?
This is a cracker.
Yeah, very happy.
Yes?
Yeah, auto box obviously, so again, slightly different than the Porsche, but
Yeah, I've driven one, so I know what they...
brilliant. Okay,
Brilliant.
keep smiling. I've got
Yeah.
one more car for you. Come this way. Car number three is a Lexus SC430.
Yeah.
I'm looking at
Yes,
a smile.
smiling.
Well, this is a strange one, because if you'd have asked me this before, I'd have said I don't like them.
Definitely, yeah.
But having seen this, it certainly changed my mind.
What,
Yeah.
what is different about this one, the colour?
Well, the cars are very bright, fireman red. And the interior, I love the interior on it.
Yeah,
Absolutely
it's
love
nice.
it.
And well, you know the technology on these, one of the best sat-nav systems in the world, touchscreen, like you get in the newer Jags and the Subarus and that kind of thing. I love it, I love it, I love it. They drive fantastic. In this company, it's not the quickest car, but it's still pretty quick. 282 brake horsepower, 0 to 60 about 6.5 seconds,
Yeah.
Yeah.
155 miles an hour and all that kind of good stuff. This car's a 2002 on an O2, it's done 61,000 miles, which is nothing for a Lexus. New, this car would have cost you £50,000, and today, I've hit budget, £20,000, less than half price.
£30,000 off in just a couple of years. It's extraordinary. So there you go, three amazing cars for a very sensible budget, actually. I can't believe the cars we've got here for 20 grand.
Spot
But you've
on.
got to throw one of these lovelies out.
Yeah, that's hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'll make a decision now.
Yeah, I'm afraid this is the bit of the show, yes. But you have to make the decision, yeah.
Well,
You're going to test drive 2 of them, you're not going to see one of them ever again.
right. Part of it, I think I've driven the Jag before, a different Jag. I haven't driven one of those Porsches. I've sort of fallen in love with this car for some bizarre reason. So I think the Jag's got to go.
Jag's got to go.
Oh, okay.
The Coventry Cat is out.
Yeah.
That's a shame. I love that car, but you are still left with two fabulous cars. The Porsche and this lovely Lexus. So hurry back from the test drives and tell us exactly what you think.
This is the Lexus. I chose this one quite by my chance, really. I don't like Lexus cars generally, but when I saw this one, I just sort of fell in love with it, and it's different, and I like different things. So, yeah, I really quite like it. I love the colour and the cream leather. That's what stood out for me first of all. I like all the gadgets. It does pretty much everything. The sat-nav is a really good sat-nav. And the CD system. The gear change is very smooth. The steering is just perfect for me. I like to drive with my arms quite out straight. Maybe a little bit more leg room, maybe. The seat only goes so far back. It does feel comfortable, it feels quality. Very smooth, very quiet, as I'd expect, I think, from a Lexus.
Barney's been out in that Lexus. He loves it. Everything from the interior to the drive. He's really surprised, and he said that the Porsche is going to have to be something really special to beat it. The only problem is, it is.
First impression of the car is a little bit disappointed, I think. Yeah, it's a driver's car, but I thought it would have been a bit quicker. I think Jason mentioned that 0 to 60 in 4.6 seconds. I don't know why. It doesn't seem that fast to me. The steering's really nice, actually. Really positive steering. It does handle well, yeah. Brakes are really good. Yeah, I like the driving position. Yeah, it's really noisy. The interior is quite basic compared to the Lexus with all the electronic gizmos and gadgets. I didn't really expect all that on the Porsche anyway. It's not as luxurious as the Lexus. I didn't really expect that to be the case, but if it's not as glorious, I expect something a bit more with performance, and it hasn't really got that, so disappointed all round, I think.
Barney, you're back from the test drives. You're smiling, so you've obviously had some fun. Tell us what you thought of both of the cars.
Which one first?
Well, go for the Porsche
Go for the Porsche. Right. Driver's car. A lot of expectation, but I actually drove the Lexus first. So after the Lexus, the luxury in there, sitting in the Porsche, a little bit let me down, and then with the performance let me down. I can't believe that.
Not often you hear that. When somebody steps out of a 911.
Well, there's a problem with the car, but it seemed very flat. Handled well, brakes brilliant, just flat.
Just didn't light your fire?
No.
Okay, so what did you think of the Lexus?
The Lexus, right, this is a surprise for me. I don't normally like the cars, but I have to say, I've actually fallen in love with the car.
Really?
Yeah.
How cool is that?
What is it particularly that you love?
That's what it says on the tin. No, I love the interior. It's luxurious.
Makes you feel special when you
get in there.
It's got everything going, hasn't it?
It rides like my Mercedes.
So do you love it enough to buy it?
Maybe.
Well, listen, let me take both sets of keys. Right, these are those incredibly slow Porsche keys. What's going on there? Okay, but we'll discard those. Good news here, obviously, if you go for the Lexus, you get a club card, so that's going to be worth a few points. The car's up at £20,000.
Needs a deal on it.
Needs a deal on it. Okay.
Can I mention a few things?
Yeah.
Some bodywork on it. On the test as well, the brakes sort of vibrate in the steering wheel.
Right.
These discs, or where they can be skimmed.
Right. Okay.
There's a problem there, so.
Okay, so we want to make sure the brakes are checked.
Yeah.
In terms of the bodywork, what little scuffs? I'm spotting a scuff there, rear near side.
There's a dent in the boot. Yeah.
Right. Okie. Let me.
Jace, do your best.
Yeah.
Right.
Please.
Get a good deal for Barney.
Oh, hello. Is Colin there, please? Sorry, your name's? Kieran, Jason Dawe, Usedcar Roadshow. We've got your dad's car here. the Lexus SC430. I'm here with Barney. He's had a drive of the 911 Porsche. Likes the car very, very much. He's driven your car, very different car you can appreciate to the 911. But we think we might be able to do a little deal on the Lexus. Now, how easy is this going to be? Where's your father? He's in Italy. Okay. Great. Okay. What can you do as regards a deal for us on this Lexus? Okay. Well, driving the car, we've noticed there's a little bit of vibration through the discs. I don't know if the car's been serviced lately, but we'd certainly need to just put it through the workshop and make sure there's nothing kind of weird and wonderful like warped discs or something. But I'm sure your father would be happy with that. There's a couple of little scuffs. There's one on the front near side bumper and there's a little dent on the rear that we'll do with sorting. What can we do in terms of, I mean, would your father be okay to put it through and just check the brakes and that? That would be okay. And what about the paintwork? What can we do on price then? He'd like to pay 19.5 for the car. If you do the brakes, if you do the front near side paintwork and the dent in the boot at 20, I'm getting a nod from our buyer. You've sold your dad's car for 20 grand if you do the bits. Is that all right? Yeah, that should be fine. Excellent. All right, mate. Well done. Thank you. I'll speak to you later. Pleasure. How exciting was that? Heart-stopping moment. Now, if you want our help to find a used car that you've always wanted or maybe didn't even realise you wanted,
or you'd like to join Zoe Hardman and Rob Hallam down at the car auction, just contact us via our website at itv.com/usedcarroadshow.
Unfortunately, we have run out of car buying time this week, so a big thank you to Rob and Zoe and everyone else that helped us with the show today, including you guys in the workshop. You've been brilliant.
There'll be loads more cracking used cars on view in our next show, so please don't miss it. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.